The opportunity to do that. West Coast Bad Boys 2, correct?
Yep. 2.
So how did that opportunity come about with Master P's West Coast Bad Boys 2?
So originally, it might have been Refuse to Lose. There was another song that me and Lynch were going to do, and it didn't happen. And so then the next opportunity that came up was to do a song on West Coast Bad Boys 2. And that's what I said. And I remember, that was the start of the rubber bass era.
Yeah.
That bass line.
Yeah.
That Lynch and Funk Beta were fucking with.
It's kind of like got a little pitch bender.
Yeah, a little bit of pitch to it. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of signaled the sound that would be loaded.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that was a tonal shift.
Yeah.
Season of the Sickness is very, it's got the synths. It's a little more, if you were to take one of those albums and try to place it adjacent with styles now, maybe it's a little more south or trappish, whatever. Like it had that kind of leanness to it. Whereas That's What I Said and Loaded is a lot more supple.
Yeah.
It's more tonal. It's richer.
Yeah, because That's What I Said was a very simple beat.
Yeah.
It was very simple. You probably had maybe 4 or 5 instruments in there.
Yeah.
And you're right with that pitch bender, because that was in the early 90s, Dr. Dre was kind of, he kind of was instrumental in bringing that, but Lynch was using it differently.
Yeah.
You know, he was,
Well,
him and
Funk Beta.
Funk
Beta.
Beta was doing it differently, but you are correct in that.
Yeah.
So did you know, I mean, because for me, even though I heard you on Season, it was That's What I Said that really, brought you to the forefront, at least from our vantage point in the Midwest. Is that accurate?
Wait, were you already, when that came out, you weren't living with P anymore? You were back in the Midwest? Because he was with P in 95. 95?
Yeah. So from down
That sounds
south
about right, because West Coast Bad Boys 2 came out in
96.
97.
Yeah, correct. It had the diamond on it, right? Yeah.
Pen and Pixel, baby.
Yeah, Pen and Pixel. So when that song and that album hit, I mean, did you see a shift in you? Just, you having that verse on there, which was very memorable. Did you see a shift in your career and things coming your way?
I did. There was a shift in the attention. I remember people saying, "Oh shit, this is big."
Yeah.
I remember Dave Weiner calling me up and saying, what did he say? "Are you and Lynch ready to be the ebony and ivory of gangster rap?" I still remember that line.
Hilarious.
Shout out to Dave.
Shout out to Dave.
He's right out here. He's right out here.
Yeah, Dave been on the show too.
Yeah. I saw that one.
The ebony and ivory.
The ebony and ivory of gangster rap.
Yeah.
So what happened with that? So he was presenting the opportunity. What came of that?
So we made the song, put it on West Coast Bad Boys 2. It blew up. My name started ringing. I did a couple of features. And at one point, one day, I'm sitting there on the couch with the homies, and Art comes over, and he hands me this giant, flat, square box. And I open it, and there's the gold plaque. That's What I Said. And that's when I knew.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, okay, this is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is something. I still have that gold plaque. And, the pineapple line made me famous.
Oh, yeah. Real shit.
Like, people walking up to me,
It's
I'm
iconic.
quick to pull the pin up out the grenade,
Hand you the pineapple. Yeah. So what
Here,
made you
motherfucker, hold
even,
this.
like, is that something you said, or is that just, it came to you?
There's a
while you
lot
was
of
writing?
politics in his, like you.
The last 4 lines, yeah.
There's a lot, and I'm going to say this humbly, because I'm coming from the younger generation. So when that shit came out, it did put you in a different space, because when we actually got to know each other is like, and this is how it goes for anyone who don't know rap, pay low key. Pay that man to come in here and do 16 on our shit. Because now he's that guy. You know?
Right.
He's in. We knew Lynch that we got to pay to get him in.
Right.
Other dudes will come in and just drop a verse for the fuck of it. But now it's like, nah, you got to pay low key to come in, because we need that same energy on our shit.
Yeah.
We need to, whatever his pineapple line, and for my song, it was the 187 on your FM dial. That was, oh shit, we share a similarity, but I'll get back to that. But yeah, man, it was like, I remember the studio session, And you know, my neighborhood, kind of like where you're from, very minimal white people in the neighborhood, right? And I remember people being like, Loki came in with like a fucking novel. Like he had a book in his hand. Like he came in to do his shit. But I think people were aware that like, I mean, the album is Illegitimately. There's a lot of political talk. There's a lot of, like there was something different. I don't know if it's that Souls of Mischief, that Jurassic 5, that hip hop, that getting deeper into fucking, because it wasn't just gangster. And That's what I was
speaking to earlier.
And I've always been curious of what that was for you, because your crew, they're doing the Siccmade shit.
Right.
But again, I'll never forget people saying it. I didn't pay attention that closely, and I was young. But they're like, this motherfucker had like a book. Like he came, not because you came trying to show it off, but you were actually probably just reading something at the time. But he like, motherfuckers was like, bro, he like everyone's writing their verses, and he was like looking at his fucking novel or his book. But it was just like clearly you were thinking differently about different things that maybe weren't being talked about or happening or brought. Because who's rapping like from Sacramento? Who's rapping political shit at the time?
Right.
So I mean, where did that come from with you, or why was it?
Well, like I said, BDP was in my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And so KRS-One brought a lot of consideration to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So did Public Enemy. And I was aware of this bigger picture. I was aware that we were being corralled into things, but I couldn't put my thumb on it. I couldn't really identify what it was. There was just this nagging feeling. I think also like with Illegitimately, I wanted to make it clear that I could, kind of cover a spectrum of ideas and styles, with None to Die For, Indo 500. I was trying to make it clear that, I'm not just going to be this one two-dimensional thing. But to be clear, there was a lot of that elsewhere too. Like, I wish Lynch got more credit for his song "I Went From." It's my favorite song. Like, there's a bunch of other shit that he's done, but that's song,
on Lynch by Inch.
Lynch by Inch.
Yeah,
that song speaks so much deeper to a lot of other things. Like it's a lot richer than "Here Comes the Rip Cut."
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate, that's all the people really want to hear from him. But